want to know how to get a kid to listen and behave? Well, there is something that I have never shared before, and that's the fact that just about any person who has ever come in contact with one of my 3 children comments on how well behaved they are. Whether it's a nurse at the pediatrician's office, or a neighbor that we're just stopping in on, or one of my child's school teachers, every single one is visibly in awe over how good they are. Yes, they're cute, and yes, they're polite, and yes, they can carry on a conversation with just about anyone. But what is so mind-blowing to these people is how well they listen to me. They see us interacting with each other and just cannot get over it. So during a family party a couple months ago, my husband told me that one of our family members approached him and asked, "How does Cassie have such control of these kids?" His answer to them is what I wanted to share today. He said consistency, staying calm, and giving choices. I was honestly super impressed by his insight and probably could not have summed it up better myself. If you are new here, hey, I'm Cassie. I'm a mom to 3 kids. I have my bachelor's degree in human development and family studies, and I'm also a certified life coach who loves to work one-on-one with other mamas, so feel free to book a slot with me using the link on my channel. So, 3 C's: consistency, calm, and choices. Of course, I need to first say that there is nothing special about me or about my kids. Neither of us are even close to being perfect, and of course, there are plenty of times when they aren't listening. But I am proud of the mutual respect that we have that generally has translated to them listening and behaving. So if you want to have that with your kids, stick around and I will definitely teach you what I'm doing. The first of the 3 C's is consistency. This might just be the absolute most important foundational element of parenting. Psychology Today says that consistency is the most effective way for parents to enact effective behavior change in their children. Stanford Health says that one of the simplest ways to improve a toddler's behavior is to be consistent. So consistency in parenting means that you are predictable in your expectations, in your reactions, in your consequences, in what you do, in what you don't do. It basically just means that you will follow through and do exactly what you said you're gonna do. So if I were to sum up what consistency looks like in my parenting, it would mean that I have intentionally educated myself and made parenting decisions ahead of time, which really boils down to boundaries, rules, consequences, that type of thing. And then I follow through day after day after day on those predetermined decisions. It doesn't mean that things never change. They definitely need to evolve over time, but that is an intentional decision and a conscious adjustment at that point. So let's go through some things that I'm consistent on. My kids have a consistent bedtime. The routine is the same, the time is the same. The kitchen is open at certain times of the day and closed during other times of the day. Our general rhythm is the same, and I'm very consistent with the way I talk to them. I always expect them to ask nicely for things and to say thank you. I expect them to clean up their own messes. Our meal times look generally the same, and I'm always, in general, patient and willing to listen to their stories or their questions. They know that I won't allow them to interrupt other people's talking, or they are certainly aware that breaking the rules will bring a consequence every single time. Crying does not get them what they want, ever. They are expected to use their words to express themselves. Basically, my responses to them are consistent, and they get relatively the same mom every single day. They could very easily predict how I will respond to something or what my answer will be to something. I did make a video pretty recently on the things I don't let my kids do, if you're curious about that. Now I know it can be incredibly hard to be consistent. Life can get busy and we can find ourselves around other people or in different environments, and it feels really easy to just throw everything out the window just this once, right? Also, kids are hardwired to test boundaries. It is developmentally in the cards for them to push limits. They really truly do need to find out, if I ask for the 100th time, will it change her mind? I know this is exhausting and frustrating. Trust me, I know. It is honestly a very natural reaction to argue or to lose our temper instead of being consistent, which is where our second C comes in, staying calm. I would recommend my video, Moms Feeling Irritable, which talks about how prone we are to getting overstimulated. Aside from that though, I do think the main thing that I have learned to do pretty well is to manage my mind enough to not let my thoughts get away from me. It's really easy when our child is misbehaving to think, he is so naughty. I have clearly messed this up. I can't handle this. I don't know what I'm doing. All of those thoughts can bring up pretty strong feelings in us. So when we can realize that our feelings come from our thoughts, not our child's behavior, we can really tap into a feeling of calm so much easier and more consistently, reminding ourselves that it's normal, reminding ourselves that it is age appropriate, reminding ourselves that we can absolutely question and reassess our parenting later, but right now it is our job to stay calm and be consistent. Really quick, if you are finding this helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. It's free and it really helps my channel reach more people. Thank you. The last C is choices. Just like the other two, choices is a key component in successful parenting. Offering choices gives a child some sense of control and will improve behavior, and it even will foster more patience in us as parents. If you have ever heard me talk about the ABCs, the C does stand for choice. The way I use choices with my kids is to give them two specific options or choices, both of which I am totally great with, and one of which I have control over. That way, if they don't choose or if they throw a fit, I can carry it out all by myself in order to be consistent. Do you want lunch now or in 5 minutes? Do you want to brush your teeth by yourself or do you want me to help you? Do you want to eat at the table or eat at the counter? Do you want to pick your outfit or should I? This is something I do for my toddler as well as my school-age kids. If you are not giving your kids these kinds of choices all throughout the day, you are missing out. By simply implementing choices in your day, you will be blown away at the effect that this has on you and your child. Certainly power struggles, any kind of power struggles you're having can very quickly start improving with giving choices. Let me give you a couple quick examples. Brushing teeth is a very consistent expectation. I know it and my kid knows it. Every evening after jammies, I say, it's time to brush teeth. Do you want to get it out or should I? Say they immediately start throwing a tantrum. I gave them a choice and now I am going to continue expecting this of them, right? In order to be consistent. So I'm going to stay calm while I enforce it. It's okay, I can help you. And then calmly and kindly brush their teeth for them. Or let's say after jammies, I say it's time to brush teeth. Do you want to get it out or should I? I want to. Awesome. Once it's out, do you want to brush first or should I? Or do you want lots of water or just a little bit of water? You can spin these questions any way you want, and it truly is so effective to just keep the ball rolling in a positive way, no matter what it is that you're doing. There are always so many choices you could give your child. So, then whether brushing teeth went well or not, it's time for a book. Do you want to pick or should I? Or hold up two books. Do you want this one or this one? Do you want to sit on my lap or do you want to sit next to me, right? Of course it's not necessary to give your child a certain number of questions and you don't have to do it every single step of the way. It's just a really powerful tool, especially for very tricky tasks or certain times of the day that just never seem to go well. It will just keep both of you in a much more pleasant place and you will find a lot of win-wins. You can be happy and your kid can be happy even during a not so awesome time of the day. I could talk about this all day, so please let me know in the comments if you have specific questions or certain scenarios or things that you want to hear more about. You are absolutely amazing. I really appreciate you being here and I'll see you soon.